Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Tim Muhammad. I got a question, y'all. This video might get me in trouble, but you know what? Right is right and wrong is wrong. What happened to normalcy and freedom of speech, democracy, and just want to live your life how you want to live your life? What I mean by that is this, right? How can you make a post on social media asking for people to congratulate you because you are now bisexual? Bisexual, right? What is that to celebrate? What are we celebrating here? Are we celebrating degeneracy? Huh? Of course, this person was quote unquote a black person. What other race celebrates degeneracy, right? And how the world got it set up, anybody say something against it. Even if I made a post to say, I'm not going to celebrate it, why don't you just stick to the way how you was made? Stick to the way that can reproduce another you. I'm going to say it again. Stick to the way that can produce another you. I don't got no hate for no one for what they do secretly up in their bedroom. But if you make a post for the public should be able to have their honest opinion in the public. We should not have this thing to where if you don't agree with Black Lives Matter, homosexuality, Biden for president, if you don't believe in getting shots, you don't believe in vaccines, the new thing is they block you, delete you, set you up, try to put you in a corner. Why is that? The other thing, don't forget to add this to this list. If you don't hate the Nation of Islam, everybody have to be Christians. Hey, check it out. I got it. This is how America works. The country say that we Christians, but we believe in being a Democrats that starts wars all over the world. We believe in homosexuality, which goes against Christianity. I don't hate like nobody, but this is a Christian country. And we also say we believe in freedom of speech. But anybody, if someone write a post and someone disagrees with it, that's called hate speech. America is a big pile of hypocrisy. America is a humongous pile of hypocrisy.
I didn't understand that.
Huh? America is a big pile of hypocrisy. We go around the world trying to push democracy on everybody when you don't even have it here. You don't have a real democracy and freedom of speech up in America. America now turned into a socialist country. You got to go along with what everybody's saying. If you disagree with it, you are labeled as a hater. If you don't believe what the government tells you about vaccines, you are absolutely nuts or you're a conspiracy theory. Even if you can bring up facts and even recommend books like The Medical Apartheid, y'all should get that on Amazon. And look at the history of what has happened. But if anyone brings up any of these facts, they get blocked, they called a hater, people want to get rid of them. What has happened to this country? What has happened? I want y'all to see this clip, and then I'm really going to go in.
Here. Between 1956 and 1971, the FBI ran a counterintelligence program named COINTELPRO that was initiated by J. Edgar Hoover. COINTELPRO mainly targeted civil rights leaders such as Martin Luther King, and it's commonly understood that this was an abuse of its surveillance power in a manner to suppress a peaceful movement.
What she is talking about is the COINTELPRO, the same system that was used to take down a lot of black organizations like the Black Panthers that helped bring down the Nation of Islam. Check it out, Joe.
Consent to enter this report into the record, which is Black Identity Extremists likely motivated to target law enforcement officers. I believe earlier you said you were not familiar with the report. Is that correct?
Well, I haven't read it. I know some of the alleged targeting of officers by
Okay, so I
certain
would
group.
like to know, and I'll ask you about that in a minute. So you are somewhat familiar with it. Who had the power in your department to order a report like this?
I'm not sure how.
Now, how this bastard don't know who started a report in his department? Listen to the lies, y'all. Check it out. This is crazy.
how that report got ordered. I don't believe I explicitly approved it or directed it.
Okay, so you haven't necessarily read the report, but you are familiar with the term Black Identity Extremists?
Well, I think so, yes.
So can you tell me what that term means to you? Do you believe that there is a movement of African Americans that identify themselves as Black Identity Extremists, and what does that movement do?
Well, I'd be interesting to see the conclusions of that report, but I'm aware that there are groups that do have an extraordinary commitment to their racial identity, and some have transformed themselves even into violent activists.
Are you aware of white organizations that do this as well? Given that white supremacy is well-documented, well-researched movements such as the neo-Nazis, the Ku Klux Klan, et cetera, are they white identity extremists?
I didn't follow that question, please, again.
Listen to Satan. Listen to the devil. Listen to the snake. Listen to the serpent double talk. This is what a devil is. These people are not like us. He doesn't know of any white extremists. He guessed so. He need her to say it again. He know what she said. He trying to cover his people. You know, we need to do the same. Start covering our people and wake up. These are the devils. Ain't no devil in the ground. It's this devil right here, y'all. Check out the rest of this. Tim Muhammad.
Is there a term or a report on white identity extremists? You mentioned you were familiar with Black people who identify with their racial identity.
Yes, but it's not coming to me at this moment.
Not coming to you?
It's
Certainly a group such as the Ku Klux Klan.
yes, and then the skinhead movements, but there's a racial identity white movements that have been identified for sure.
So has the FBI done a report on white identity extremists that are likely motivated to target law enforcement officers? Is there such
I'm not
a
aware
report?
of that.
Okay. Are you aware of a group called the Sovereign Citizens?
I've heard that group, yes.
And I believe that the Sovereign Citizens is primarily a white organization that absolutely has targeted police officers and killed police officers. You're not aware of that?
I'm not aware of all their crimes, but I know they're a group that's known to have violent tendencies.
Could you name an African-American organization that have committed violent acts against police officers? Could you name one today? In this report, they name organizations from 30, 40 years ago, but can you name of one today that has targeted police officers in a violent manner?
I believe I could, but I would want to be, to confirm that and submit it to you in writing. But I believe we had, within the last year or so, 4 police officers killed by a group that some have described as extremists.
So what has happened is that there have been a couple of incidents in which African Americans did kill police officers who were not associated with a Black organization. And so one, for example, in Baton Rouge was associated with Sovereign Citizens, which is primarily a white group. So you should know that there's a lot of concern in the community, especially from organizations such as Black Lives Matter. By the way, would you consider Black Lives Matter a Black identity extremist group?
I'm not able to comment on that. I have not so declared it.
So you should know that a lot of activists around the country are very concerned that we're getting ready to repeat a very sad chapter of our history, where people who are rightfully protesting what they consider to be an injustice in their community, which is their relationship with police officers, are now being targeted and labeled as extremists and are going through periods of surveillance and harassment. And so I would like to know, what is your department going to do to protect the rights of average citizens to protest if they have a concern about police officers?
This department will not unlawfully target people.
So if that's the case, then I would ask that you review this report, Black Identity Extremists Likely Motivated to Target Law Enforcement Officers, because I personally don't believe that any such organizations exist. The organizations that are referred to in this report are organizations from decades ago. And so I would like to know, what will you do to essentially roll back what is listed in this report? Because it's not accurate. Sir?
We will look at the report. I actually would be interested in reading it. but they usually do an excellent job, objective and fair on those kind of reports.
Okay, well, just...
Time of the gentlewoman has expired.
Black Identity Extremists. You see, they already trying to write this stuff up on the books. How Jeff Sessions trying to act like he don't know what's going on. If y'all do not wake up and see that they are targeting us, they are targeting us. They trying to create more division, claiming fake Asian hate. They trying to create more division by trying to put the black woman out front first, like she's the leader, right? Give me another race that the woman is the leader. But we fall for that. So they try to falsely empower the black woman at the detriment of the black man, creating more division, messing up the family, messing up the order of God, because everybody know the order that God set up go God, man, woman, children. No matter if you like it or not. And guess what? It's in all religious writings. Now, if you a Christian is in there, if you follow some form of Islam is in there, Buddha, you in it, it's all written up the same. That's the natural order. But they want to label us Black Identity Extremists. Bring that shit on. Bring that shit on. Bring it on. This the way it has to play out anyways. But y'all better open up your eyes, see what's going on. Shout out to Miss Bass, for turning up the heat on that devil. But I want y'all to wake up, Wake up, y'all. We are now where they tried to make us Black Identity Extremists. The devil sure enough is a lie, ain't he? Till Muhammad, y'all. Assalamu alaikum.